Sensory motor denervation is one of the greatest challenges in neuromuscular physiotherapy. When the connection between the nervous system and the muscle is affected, recovery doesn't just depend on strength, but on retraining the muscle to activate. In these cases, applying the same standard exercise program you would use with any patient is a mistake that can completely halt progress.
Why?
Because the affected muscle doesn't always respond to the expected stimulus, and without objective measurement, it's impossible to know if it's actually participating in the movement. Surface electromyography gives you the ability to see in real time whether the muscle is activating, how much it is, and how it changes with each exercise. This completely transforms the way you approach rehabilitation. If you want to incorporate electromyography into your rehabilitation protocols and design truly personalized treatments, contact us through the link in the description, and we'll give you a private tour of our tool. In a patient with denervation, in this case the medial gastrocnemius, the main difficulties you'll encounter are minimal or non-existent muscle activation during conventional exercises, almost automatic compensations by other muscles such as the lateral gastrocnemius or the soleus, and progressive loss of strength and muscle tone due to lack of effective nerve stimulation. And the big question that comes up in the consultation is, how can I know if the exercise I'm using is really activating the affected muscle? In this case, the medial gastrocnemius. Well, the only way to answer with certainty is to measure the muscle activity directly. Alright, look, we're going to do an initial evaluation of a patient. We start the session with a simple test, which is to raise the heels bilaterally. Take a look at the results. The lateral gastrocnemius has an average activation of 27%, while the medial gastrocnemius barely reaches 14.9% average activation. This reveals a motor asymmetry greater than 70%, confirming the lack of activation in the medial gastrocnemius. Initial conclusion: the muscle does not respond to the usual motor pattern. It is necessary to find a more specific stimulus. The strategy: to look for the exercise that best reactivates the medial gastrocnemius. The next step is to test different variations of the same exercise to identify which one elicits the best neuromuscular response from the affected gastrocnemius. The goal is to provoke a more intense and efficient electrical signal. First exercise we tried, asymmetric heel raise with hands supported on a box. Here are the results. The activation of the medial gastrocnemius increased by 5% compared to the initial bilateral exercise. Partial support allows for greater neurofocus on the affected leg, reducing compensation from the healthy side. The second exercise, asymmetric heel raise, assisted with TRX. In this case, the results show an 8% increase in medial gastrocnemius activation. The TRX improves the sense of security and allows for effort adjustment, promoting reactivation without excessive fatigue. The third exercise, asymmetric heel raise with manual support on a box and a 4-kilogram load. What do the results show? They show an additional 8% increase in medial gastrocnemius activation compared to the TRX. The activation of the medial gastrocnemius progressively normalizes, and the difference with the lateral gastrocnemius is reduced. If you notice, each patient with denervation requires a different activation protocol. Electromyography helps you design that protocol based on real data, not assumptions. With it, you can select the most effective exercise to stimulate the denervated muscle. You can avoid compensations and detect if another muscle is doing the work you want the target muscle to do. Use real-time biofeedback to teach the patient how to properly activate the muscle. Motivate the patient by showing their progress with visible and measurable results. I look forward to seeing you again in the very next post. Have a wonderful day.